So in this video, part two, I'm going to be looking at how to locate a scholarly article that utilizes feminist rhetoric in some way related to the wicked problem that you'd like to pursue for your final project. So the big questions. And for that, I'm going to go to the brainstorming that we did during our class. Focusing on someone was talking about slut shaming. And so there's that wicked question of how is it that keeps persisting. And so I recommend that you do go to Google Scholar, just Google Scholar. You can do this, of course, straight in a database, but I've really usually found this as a really nice starting point. So you can see I already looked up slut shaming, and there are so many ones. Paleo Journal is a feminist rhetoric journal, so you could actually go to that particular journal and see what kind of things they have. And then let's see, what was the other one that I saw that was absolutely perfect? Unruly Rhetorics is feminist rhetoric right now. So this is a piece in a book that I'm not sure you'll have access to the entire chapter, but we might have it in our library. In any case, this would give you a start. You don't necessarily have to have read the whole thing to just kind of get us started on what might be useful. So this one's talking about slut-wat. The other thing that's super helpful in terms of finding a good article, it looks like the whole thing might be here, is the works cited. And so let's see, reclaiming, here we go. So if we're talking about slut shaming, she's talking specifically about the slut walk. This is a feminist analysis of the slut walk that appeared in the International Journal of Politics in 2012. So you can see different versions or different iterations. There's Crenshaw. You find different sources embedded in the sources that you're looking at. And those of you guys who are who haven't picked up this particular article, or who, whatever it is, will probably find your wicked problem within that as well. For White Girls Only, Post-Feminism and the Politics of Inclusion might be one that we might all pull from. These are things that don't specifically and necessarily have to do with exactly the topic that you're talking about, but they have to do with feminist rhetoric surrounding your wicked problem. So let's go back to slut shaming, and I'm going to pull up that Paleo article. So this one is our abstract. Problems with slut shaming have received increased attention since the late 90s. Slut shaming being the wicked problem, but actually changing rhetorics associated with the word slut is tricky. Two teen comedies that address slut shaming, Mean Girls and Easy A, you guys were just talking about that, show how feminist conversations can become warped when translated into a mass market genre. The movies explicitly condemn slut shaming, but changing rhetoric involves addressing not simply this term slut, but also underlying cultural narratives. The movies successfully challenge heteronormative competition and sexual double standards. And in looking at this, I'm thinking of as well the piece about that Melissa was looking at, the pitting women against women. This is seems like a relevant topic for that in terms of these double standards, and also the double standards for virginity and so forth, but that they overturn that, undo the positive messages as they were on the good and bad, and good girl and bad girl dichotomies that perpetuate slut shaming. These movies thus illustrate the difficulty in adapting feminist messages for commercial venues that are invested in wide public appeal. And the keywords, that's super helpful. Okay, so then again, highly recommend you looking at your at the works cited. Let's see what we have here. All right, I see I'm out of time, but I recommend you look at Paleo, this particular journal. There are many options for this particular journal worth pursuing. That's true also of oops, that's their Facebook page. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there. Thanks. Okay, let's see, my husband just got home.